Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I've been told that Vikas and me are between the lunch and this session. So, I will not take more than 15, 20 minutes. Thank you for coming here, and probably what today I would do is take you through as and what we do, probably give you an introduction as to what our company does. To start with, NxtGen is an 18-month-old company, and this company basically delivers only data center solutions. So this company was formed by 7 people. Overall, the company has got 100 years of data center cumulative experience, if you would ask. And it has got, if you would say, averaged out to somewhere about 20 years of data center experience per person would be carrying. These people, all of them have come from various backgrounds, from Reliance, IBM, Tulip, SIFI, who've actually been a part of moving out data centers from customers like you, from your captive centers to a third-party location, or probably helping people like you to build data centers. The way we are actually productized is broadly into 3 different categories. The first is the on-premise data center, which is called as OPDC. The second is the HDTC, which is called as high-density data center. And the third is the enterprise cloud service. I'm sure you would have had some handouts on the enterprise cloud service from our side before the session. OPDC is nothing as to what Vikas just touched upon, is basically the smart row, smart cabinet solution that Emerson has to offer. Where we are the national distributors for this particular product. And this is basically where we help customers build data centers into their own location. As Vikas suggested, there are different models to this. It comes from a 3 kilowatt kind of a variant to a 35 kilowatt kind of a variant. The monitoring of this entire solution, the asset management, the vendor management, everything happens onto our NOC, which is based out of the Whitefield facility. Where in terms of what is the UPS load, what is your power load onto a particular rack, or what is the, the cooling unit, that is, what is the efficiency levels, it checks that. The second product that we have is basically the high-density data center. Now, this is purely a co-location facility that we are building at Bangalore Mysore Road, which is at Bidadi. This is our 10-acre campus to be in full-blown capacity. It will consume 30 megawatts of power and have 2,000 racks built into this facility. The third is the enterprise cloud service. This is purely into infrastructure that we provide, the compute facility that we provide to customers. This is built on the Intel stack, the E5 processors that we have. As far as data center is concerned, if you see a lot of customers, come like you tell us that, we want data centers either in Bombay, we want data center in Bangalore, or we want data centers to be built outside India, because they have got various needs. Your customers have, a lot of you guys have a B2B kind of an environment. So our planned capacity is today what we build is basically we build in Bangalore and we build one in Bombay. Bangalore goes on first for a data center rollout. Emerson helps us to build the Bangalore data center facility. Bombay is what is in second phase. We should be launching data center in UAE also, which is between Abu Dhabi and Dubai. And probably we'll have one more center in Qatar. So there will be, we'll be catering to Middle East customers also from there on. Southeast Asia, we'll be building small data centers. This is basically to cater to the cloud service kind of an environment from those particular geographies. So we will be there soon in the next financial year also. Vikas did touch upon, as to what is the key challenges in terms of putting the data center. Now, typically, if you see space, real estate is very expensive for all of us, including you, including us. Typically, if you see the footprint that you would want to build a 30 kilowatt kind of a data center. I mean, first we used to build data centers where we used to say, I have the IT equipment which has, will fit in 7 racks, 8 racks, and you would build a data center in and around it. Today, data centers are not built in and around, the number of racks that you have. It is basically built on the compute that, you would want to buy. This is basically done as to what is the power that this compute would do. I remember when, 5 or 7 years back, a particular server that you buy, it was only 200 watts or 100 watts kind of the, the server would have that kind of power. Today, one server goes to 1.1 kVA. If you build a data center and, you would just want to have a blade, it would take somewhere about 4 kilowatt of consumed load. Rated load would be somewhere about 6 kilowatt. Would you be able to fit that 14U block into one single rack and want to waste it? So if you would want to put in more applications that are coming in and want to spread it, you would want to have a vertical growth within the rack and see how the data center comes in. The solution is basically to have a high density data center, and this comes in with the in-row cooling technology that we propose, which Vikas has spoken about, is where the cooling unit sits right next to the IT load and not at the far end of the room. This is a different technology vis-a-vis the perimeter cooling technology that people use, where efficiencies are in terms of cooling the area below the raised floor and then cooling the IT load. This is basically cooling the IT load directly as to where the rack is. And real estate is expensive. I mean, per square feet, people pay 400, 500 rupees. Yeah, probably you would want to 500 square feet, you could probably populate 24 rack with some 240 kilowatt kind of a cooling scenario. So this is what you can do. Power, again, is very essential to you. If you would see a particular rack, you would not go up to what? Here in one rack, you can probably go up to 10 kilowatt or a 12 kilowatt kind of a solution. So people are today, I mean, organizations like you are talking about high density that you would want into a single rack. So this is where it comes into play. And green initiatives. I mean, today, Vikas has been touching upon a PUE subject. PUE is something, let's take for example, if I get a data center PUE of 2.5 or 2.3, which probably today data centers have to offer. If my unit, if for example, my electricity bill is 100 rupees, if I have a PUE of 2.3, it is 230 rupees is what I pay for that particular unit consumed. If I have a PUE of 1.8 or 1.7, for the same 230, I pay somewhere around 170 rupees. Over a period of 1 year, I save 3 months of electricity bill. It's not only the saving on the running cost that you pay on the OPEX. You would probably recover the entire cost of your data center from that particular savings. It is also how green your data center is. What are the initiatives that you would want to take within your organization as far as making your data center greener? This is the 3 models that we have to offer in terms of the offering for data center which you would want to build. One is a smart row, smart cabinet. Probably you would have some branch locations. You would have some remote centers where you would have a 3 kilowatt or a 6 kilowatt kind of a solution. The next is basically the smart row, which Vikas just spoke about. This is purely if you have your head office or some locations where you would require 20 kilowatt, 35 kilowatt kind of a solution. The next is basically where you would want somewhere about 100 kilowatt or a 150 kilowatt kind of a solution. Today, we've actually have had customers across all these 3 variants. We've got Arvind brands who do the lifestyle, the Megamart kind of people. They use for their branch locations, they use the OPDC kind of an environment. The OPDC has gone to Royal Sundaram, one of the insurance companies that we've done. We've also given to CAMS Coimbatore, all the mutual funds, asset management company that we built. We built a large data center on similar line, similar technology with Emerson, which is a 100 rack facility. This is with prime focus. What we do there is they do digitization work for Star TV and BCCI. The entire data center is built on the same in-row cooling technology with 80 rack kind of a facility. And the PUE that they get in a 40% or a 30% kind of an environment is 1.6. So that is the kind of efficiency, even with low utilization of your data center, you would be able to achieve that kind of PUE. This is a topic as to, I've been speaking about OPDC. Apart from the OPDC that we have to offer is the HDTC, where there would be certain challenges where you would not have enough power within your organization to host your own application, and you would want some applications to go to a third-party data center. This is where the HDTC comes in and it complements, which could act as your extended data center or probably act as your DR center. Now this HDTC, when I was speaking about 2000 rack kind of facility, and I was saying an HDTC which actually speaks about every rack going up to 10 kilowatt kind of an IT load, consumed IT load, which means you can have a 12 kilowatt or a 14 kilowatt kind of an solution, rated power load coming into that data center, and every rack goes into it. It's not that one single rack or this is like 20% of the rack goes with that kind of an environment. The third is the natural extension. A lot of people have spoken about cloud services. Enterprise cloud services is what we have to offer. My colleague from VMware had just spoken about a few things as to how people adopt cloud technologies. Just to give you I don't have the report, but Gartner had done a survey recently, and they had said out of the entire community, 89% people have adopted cloud as in technology. 44% of people have adopted, 45% people are in the phase of adopting cloud, or they're planning as to how they move on to the cloud technology. So this is a natural extension. We do not operate into the application space or the platform space. We operate into the infrastructure space, where we offer the compute, the storage facility for organizations like you to probably operate. So this is a natural extension. There's a synergy that we actually build into this. These are the key highlights to the Bangalore data center that we have. The first phase will come up with a 500 rack or a 600 rack facility. Each rack, as I said, would build 8 kilowatt kind of thing. PUE is somewhere about 1.6 that you would get, which means there's a lot of efficiency and there's a lot of cost saving that you would get. This is a typical the layout that we have. Okay. As far as the cloud technology is concerned, what we have to offer to customers is basically it's an environment which is already virtualized. So you would probably want to buy a vCPU, would want to buy a RAM and certain storage, and then probably have an OS loaded onto it and run an application onto it. My friend from VMware is there. Probably we virtualize it on a VMware environment. We also virtualize on Microsoft hyperversion environment. And if you want, we also do on an OpenStack. So we are open to do all the three kinds of environment as far as virtualization is concerned. So a few things on the partnerships. We are national distributors for Immersion for the OPDC solution. Immersion does help us to build the large data center facility, and they will be our partner even for the new facilities that we would build over the globe. Intel, we have been recently funded by Intel Capital. That's the first round of funding that we've got. That is over $9 million. That is to build the first data center facility. Incidentally, Intel would also be using the Biddi data center as a beta site for rolling out the new technologies that we have for the processors, etc. It would be an extended R&D center for Intel, which would operate out of that data center. There are some handouts which have been given. We'd be more than happy to host your cloud application, whatever you would want to probably put on cloud and would want to have some application running onto cloud and would want to test it out. Probably have a few, decide as to if you would want a few applications to move into a cloud environment. Please feel free to fill in the form, give us, we'll work with you and probably make a success story, and then you would probably migrate onto that kind of an environment. These are the two things which Vikas has already touched upon, the smart cabinet and the smart row solution that is we have to offer. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is from my side.